Right. In our last class, we're successfully completing all how to handle JSON data, how to handle XML data, multiple DLM data by using different functions, internal functions and JSON seed. Buying those JSON seed, how to convert the JSON data to structure format. Those concepts we are completing in our last class. Right? So any doubt up to last class? Everyone is clear?
Sir, could you give a small recap about the JSON data alone? I saw the
Definitely.
video, but it would be great if you give a small recap. Yeah,
Definitely. Actually, JSON data
thank you.
first. Yeah, great. Definitely. Right. Actually, JSON data, there are two types is there, nested JSON data or JSON data. Whatever it is, this is JSON data looks like. And this JSON data, I want to convert it into structure format. Similar like XML file. Here, yeah, three objects is there. In this JSON data, totally three objects are available. Yeah, two objects is there, name, age. Yes, in this line, three objects is there, age, name, age, and location. Now I want to create a table by the column names, name, age, location wise location. After that, how can I convert this JSON data into structure format? How can I convert to structure format? Yes, we have four-step strategy is there. By using four-step strategy, I'm converting the JSON data to structure format. So in the four-step strategy, we are using a function called getJSONObject. By using this getJSONObject, yes, by using this getJSONObject, we are converting data into structure format. Yes, tell me friends, what is the four-step strategy? Step 1, we are creating a single column table. Step 2, loading all the data into structure format. Sorry, loading all the data into that particular single column table. Then create a structured table. Then after that, by using, yeah, I will show you the script and I will explain. 1 second. JSON essay, JSON join. Where is JSON? Yes, yes. This is the four-step strategy. Step 1, create a single column table, loading data, then create a table structure table, then apply insert to override command. We are completely, yes, converting the data into structure format. So here we are individually selecting each and every column by the help of that getJSONObject. So this is one approach. Another approach is by using shared concept, serialization. The serialization, deserialization. What exactly serialization, deserialization is? Yes, nowadays most of the organizations generating huge volume of JSON data. Those data now I want to converting into structure format. The four-step strategy is a lengthy procedure. I want a, yeah, I want to convert those procedures into small. So by using this JSON function, the jar file, I create a table. Then simply after that I'm loading the data. Automatically JSON data converting into structure format. So here only two, yeah, one rule is that the rule is column names. What are the column names we are taking? Those column names must and should JSON object names. Object means A is one object, B is one object. So we want to create a table like that by using this function. Okay, but this jar file is not available in our VMwares. We are downloading the jar file from Google. After that, we are adding into our Hive. After that, by using the jar file, we are creating a table. That's it. This is the second approach to cleaning the JSON data to structure format. right? Once data converting into structure format, what we are going to do those data? Generally, in our regular SQL developer or whoever it is reporting guy, what he's doing, same works we are going to do it now also. That different type of analytics we are going to do it. Different types of analytics means, for example, I have table is available. Yes, I want to apply union. I have two tables is there. Two tables that I want combining into one table by using union. I'm applying those union combining operations. Order by helpful some other purpose. Let's see, for example, first union. I had two tables is there in my Hive. For example, select star from EMP one table. Oh, okay. There is no EMP table. Select star from EMP2. I thought it's available. There is no EMP table, not found. EMP3. Yes, I found EMP3. Describe EMP3. Right. EMP table is there. EID, E-name, salary, gender, department number. I thought EMP4 also is available. 1 second. Right. EMP4 also available. Select star from EMP4. Yeah, so much data is there. EMP4 data. Now what I'm doing is I create another table. Create table, table name EMP5 like EMP3. So what happened? EMP5 table is created. The like command means same schema coming to EMP5 also. Now I want to apply union condition. Select. What is the syntax for union? Yes, we're combining two tables, EMP3 and EMP4. Two tables data. Now we are loading into EMP5th table, EMP5 table. So insert override table, table name. Table name EMP5. Then select star from EMP3 union all. Select star from EMP4 of E. This is the syntax. One condition is there here. The condition is if you are applying union condition, both the tables EMP3 and EMP4, both the table column names are similar. Remember, the column names are different. It's throwing an error. So both the table column names are similar. Applying union, enter. So what happened? Both the tables EMP3 and EMP4 data comes and storing into EMP5 table. Like this we can apply so many operations. Yeah, here I submitted. MapReduce work started now. Right. Process completed. Select star from EMP5. This is completely my data. So all the data available in this EMP5 only. We are combining all the data. Generally in the real-time requirement, maybe if you want to combine two tables, that time you are using union condition. And similarly some other functions. By what do you mean by order? I have employee tables is the employee table is there. Employee table, I want a order. Order means who take the salary highest. Those employee details I want first, second highest second, third highest third. Like that, I want to display the employee details one order. Depends on salary. How can I apply order condition? These all are SQL queries. Select star from EMP5 order by sal. By default, it's a descending order. By it's ascending order. I want descending order. DESC. If you mention semicolon enter, it comes like a ascending order. But ascending order means take less, it will come first, then second list, like that coming ascending order. But I want descending order. Mention DESC. Enter. Yeah. See the data now. 50,000 who take the salary highest. This all are 50,000 employees. Now 45,000, 40. Like the data is coming like one order. So here number of records is there. I don't want number of records. I want who take the salary. First 10 employees details only. Yes, who take highest salary. Those 10 employee details I want. How can I apply? Anyone please. Limit. Limit to 10. So what happened? Who take the salary 10? Those employee details only displaying now. Right. This is top 10 employees taking the salaries. All top 10 employees taking 50,000 for month. Maybe like this. Now you tell me guys any type of requirements you want. For example, I have some other requirements. Order by agreed functions. Yes, I want to know like what is the total salary of my employees I'm paying. EMP5 table. I want to know. Or else I want to know each department wise how much salary I'm paying. Here we have number of employees is a department wise 20, 30, 40. Na? So each department how much salary I'm paying. Okay, and again similar some maximum salary, minimum salary. How many employees is there each department? I want to yes find out this type of calculations. How can I? Yes, we can do any operations also. For example, let's see department wise. The syntax is select department salary, sum of salary from table name group by DEPT. It displaying total salaries in department wise. Select sum of sal from. What is sal? That is a column name of this column. From EMP5 group by DNO. Enter. Yes, see here. This is now data is coming. some salaries, but there is no department numbers. I want department numbers. Mention here, select DNO comma sum of salary. Now it's department number and those total salary also coming now. Yes, department number, that is the total salary. Now I want to apply minimum salary, maximum salary, average salary, anything I can apply it here. I want to count the employees, you can do it also. Right? Same thing is there in scripts also. In your scripts, we have all these points are also available. Yes. This is department wise, department number, sum of salary, descending order, limit. Here I want to take who take the salary more than 35,000. That employee details. Or else I want to display maximum, minimum, sum, count of the employees from particular table. Just here I'm taking employee table. That's why I'm explaining all the concepts in employee table. So once the data converting into structure format, after that you can analyze the data as per our requirements. We can do it. Clear? Clear this concept? Can I move to the next concept? Yes. Great. Thank you. So many operations you can do it all in. These all are similar like in our SQL. How we are going to apply? Same way we do it in our Hive. Now, finally, the next concept. See, friends, as of now, we are doing XML data, JSON data, or like comma delimited data, text format data, like this different types of data is there. Na? Similarly, type of data is there that is called a log files, URL data. How to cleaning this type of data? How to cleaning this type of log files? We know how to cleaning JSON data, how to cleaning XML data because we understanding the data. That's why we know. Yes. Similarly, I want to clean log files. Here also 4-step strategy is there. 4-step strategy is there. But before applying 4-step strategy, first understanding data is important. Any unstructured data, any structured data, we have some information is there. Based upon that information, we are going to cleaning those data. What type of information is available? What type of information is available? Any data, we have some information. XML data, yes, we know root node, end nodes. Comma delimited data, we know like commas is there. Similarly, JSON data, we know some objects is there, open and closing. Similarly, URL data also we have some information. URL data also we have some information. What information is there? Not only URL data. In future we are learning some other data. Unexpected data is coming. Any data we have some information. Based on that information, we are going to cleaning those. So what information is available now? Yes, majorly log file dividing into 3 categories, 3 steps. Any log file dividing into 3 categories, namely host, path, query. There are the 3 ways we are going to cleaning our 3 information. Any log file dividing into 3 categories: host, path, query. For example, right now this is the my URL www.http.google.com. So the google.com, the main content that we called a host. After that, what event we are doing, that event we are calling a path. Event means, for example, sometimes we are doing in Google, we are doing sometimes drives, Gmails, chat. Cloudera website. In the Cloudera website, I'm login. In the Cloudera, different websites, products is there. I'm using Hadoop product. So Cloudera.com Hadoop, some other website, some other product. So the website name we call a host. That event we are calling a path, and remaining clumsy data. What is the clumsy data? Is then that clumsy data we called a query. Any log file, not only this. For example, if you are searching in the Google, just for searching in Google, take something website. Yes, see here. Taking this one, I pasted here. Yes, this is my. What is the host here? VIM something like this is the host, and this is the event. There is no query. Sometimes it will be there, sometimes it not will be there. Okay. So this is the information. I will show you this one also, just for your clarity. Okay. This is my log file. I want to converting into structure format. This is the information. Clear? This information is clear. Any log file generally we are converting into any log files generally we are calling these three categories. Who decided? Universal defined this one, not we, not others. Universal log file definition. Okay. Now based on the information, I want to converting into structure format. Now 4-step strategy is there now. By using this 4-step strategy, we are converting into structure format. So what URL, what function we are taking? What function we are taking to cleaning this data? Especially to handle log files, URL data. Yes, in our Hadoop, we have three different functions are available. Three different functions are available. sorry, just so these are the functions are available. In these functions, parse URL. This is the function we are using to cleaning this type of data. Yeah, by using this function, we are going to cleaning this type of data by using parse URL function. Okay, so four-step strategy is clear again. Same four-step strategy only. How do I? How do I? Yes, see the script. Create a single column table. Loading data into single column table. Select to start from table name. Create a structured table. Take the three columns. You can take some other names also. Just for understand, I'm taking the host path query. But if you take website names, event, some other names also, QRY, anything is fine. But the important thing is fourth step. Insert override table name. Select parse URL. That URL column host. Yes, here the important is this is a function name parse underscore URL. Parse underscore URL and URL comma host. What happened? This is the mandatory case sensitive. What is here? URL is a column name of previous table. For example, I am taking here call one. You can take here also call one. Here also call one. So first function name of call one comma host. Function name comma call one comma host. So automatically the cursor moving into the particular URL, picking all the host, pasting into our first column. Again comma parse URL call one comma path. Now it's going to the particular event, picking all the columns, pasting into our second column. And third one also call one comma query. All queries remaining clumsy data picking and storing into in our table. So must and should the condition is the names are here mandatory host path query case sensitive. Then only URL understanding. Yes, the function understanding. Okay, host means the host values. Even path means path values. Query means query values. Okay, once completion of this one, we get the output also. I want to check it. Yes, I am running these queries. We can run through command prompt also, through script also. I am store it and run the script also. But just for understanding, I pasted all the queries in one Hive terminal. Enter. Yes, enter. All the queries are now running at one by one. Now select star from table name. Enter. Yes, see here. Data is coming like this. Purely first column first, second column second, third column third. Like this. Now I want to know how many people are using Google. Select star from table name where column name equal to Google. Google.com. It's coming like who are using Google. Those features only coming. In the Google, I want to know how many are using Gmails, how many are using some other website, some other event. I want to know. By using, I can do it. Right? Similarly, the third column also. Any queries as of now? Yeah, friends. No queries? I have a query. I have a question. My question is, yes, the first two columns are we are clearly structured. But what about third column? Third column is there sometimes is coming, sometimes not coming. When it is coming, it's a clumsy data. Again a structure format. How to clean those data structure format? The third column, how I can converting into structure format? Exactly. Again we will have again use the delimiter to get the columns. Exactly. We are using the delimiter only, but some approach is there to delimit this type of data also. What approach is? First we are converting this clumsy data into right now small data. That's why like just user ID password. But in the real time we have big type of queries are available. A log URL, big line of URLs are available. Right. I want to convert into yes JSON format. First we want to convert this data into JSON format. After that we are loading into table. How to convert this clumsy data into JSON format? Yes. Create another table. Create another table. Take the table name. Take the data type as a map data type. As of now, we're creating it tables by the help of primitive data types and complex data types only. Primitive data types and complex data types only. Alright. Now by using complex data type, map data type is a complex data types. We are storing the data, and after that, by using delimiter, we are converting into structure format. Right. So this is the query. Insert first create a table, table name, column name, map data type. After that, insert override table name, select string to map. This is one of the function. This is one of the function in our Hive. Show functions. It list out at this function also. And QRY. What is QRY? Can anyone please? QRY is the column name of this table, previous table, 101 table, comma, delimiter and symbol equal symbol from 101 table. So then data is converting into JSON format. I want to check it. Control C, paste it. I'm pasting all the queries. Enter. Right. So yeah, map producing is started. Select star from URL query. Yes, the data converting into structure format now. Now data converting into JSON format. Once data converting into JSON format, now we know how to handle JSON data into structure format. Right? Our regular approach. Like this, we are converting data into pure structure format. This is the approach. Yeah, friends, everything is clear. Any queries regarding log file handling? Maybe in real time, we are getting the chance to handle this type of data, all the type of data or not. We are not, definitely is not getting. In one project, mostly we are getting one unstructured type and second structured type. This type of only. Maybe we are getting XML, not getting JSON. Maybe we are getting JSON, not XML. But learning time, learning is important. Confirm me. Everything is clear. If it is clear, I move to the next concept. If you want to repeat, I will repeat it also.
Yes, sir, clear.
Oh, great. So anyway, scripts you have already is there. I already shared data types, sample data also. Not only sample data, you can take the Google, take some log files, paste it, run it. Or did the Googling log file sample data sets. One of the website is there, data.gov, yeah, data.gov something. Yeah, data.gov. This is a website. How number of data sets is there? Number of different types of data sets is there. Go through these data sets. Download some sample data, some volume of data. Account your laptop, your hard disk capacity. Do the practice also. Almost this number of data sets is there. Okay. Now cool. So this is the different types of data. Now moving into the very much important concepts. Yes, friends. As of now, we are creating a number of tables. We are converting into data. So tell me, friends, how can I see all the tables? How can I see all the tables? How can I see all the tables? In front end, show tables. It lists out all the tables. Show tables.
Mhm.
It lists out all the tables. But I want to see these tables in back end. How can I? Can anyone please?
We can go to the browser and check maybe the
Yes,
tables,
that is one approach.
the local.
Yeah, we are going to the browser and check it. That is one approach. Browser means Mozilla. Go to that UI, check it. Okay. And second one, that is a web interface. And I am thinking I want to check it through command prompt. How can I check it through command prompt? Mhm. Okay, not remember, not a problem. Where we are creating our Hive tables, this is our hrefs. In this hrefs, we are installing our Hive, right? Where we are installing our Hive? Some location. What is the location name? Here we are installing a Hive, right? The path of the Hive is user Hive. Remember, warehouse.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that means all our tables are created by default in this path only. User Hive warehouse. In this path, all our tables are available. Right? How can I check it? These tables are available or not in this path? Yes. Okay. Before that one, how can I check it? HFS files, Hadoop, EFS minus LS. It lists out all HFS files and directories. Right? But in HFS, I want warehouse path. User Hive warehouse. Enter. It lists out all our tables. Right? Why I'm telling you all these points is, yes, the reason is there. Important concept. This number of tables I created. Okay. So table front end it is a table, back end it is a directory. Right? In our laptop, for example, I stored a file. Front end it is a notepad, but back end in the hard disk level it is a bits and binary only. The data is there. Similarly, same thing here also. Front end it is a directory, back end front end it is a table, back end it is a directory. Inside directory one file is there. That file, our table is available. Our file is available. Right? Now, why I'm telling all these points is, one second. I'm coming to the concept now. Hive final class. Yes. According to the data storage, according to the table storage, table data storage, tables are dividing into two categories. Namely, inner table or managed table, Second thing is external table. Very much important concept, friends. Really, maybe you have the opportunity to working all data types, maybe may not, but this is a common. So tables are dividing majorly into two categories, namely inner or managed table. Second one is external table. External table. So what do you mean by inner or managed table? If you create a table, these are the by default tables. Those table data comes and storing into user Hive warehouse location by default. Those tables we call it inner or managed tables. So those managed tables comes and storing into in our warehouse location that we call a managed table. Here same points is there. When you create a table, in Hive, by default Hive will manage the data, which means that Hive moves the data into Hive warehouse directory that we call a inner table or managed table. And coming to the external table. Alternatively, if we create a table, by using external table, which tells to Hive to refer the data that starts its at existing location outside warehouse directory. That means we are going to decide where my Hive table want to store it. I want to store it here or here or here. Use specified location as a developer. Our specified location table created. That type of tables we call external tables. So according to the table storage location, tables are categorizing into two types, namely managed table and external table. Managed tables are there in managed location, warehouse location, and external tables are created in outside warehouse. Is a specified location that we call the external tables. Okay, why external tables? What is the use of external table? Generally, when we are using in our real time, before answering these questions, again let's see some more difference. The first difference just now we're completing loading time. Okay, and second difference is if we drop a table, our managed tables are deleted completely. Metadata and actual data, both the data is dropped. Managed data and metadata both are dropped. And coming to the external table, only metadata only deleted, actual data is untouched. That we call external table. Okay, metadata only deleted, actual data is untouched. That we call external table. This is another difference. I will show you practically also. So before going to the which one to use, let's see the syntax to create external table, create a managed table. We know general table, create table, table name, schema, then loading data. This is common. But see the external table, create external. We are using the keyword external table, table name, schema, and location. Specify the location where you are thinking to create your external table. Give me that location. Automatically your table is created that location only. Okay, let's see. For example, I am not giving the location, and this is one type. Another type is if I create a table, I am not using external location. I am not giving any location. Create external table, table name, schema, semicolon. That time what's external table created, but this table is inside warehouse external table. There are two types of external tables. One is inside warehouse, second thing outside warehouse. Don't confuse. I will show you clearly practically.
ఇది సర్డ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పారా అండి?
Pardon?
సర్డ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పేశారా?
Seri.
సీరియస్ సర్డ్
Yeah, I already discussed. No, Saturday in last class only I completed. Previous class Saturday, Jason Saturday.
అవునా? ఓకే.
Now let's see the external table concept now. So here this is the syntax to create external table. Create table, table name, schema.
I can't hear you. Are you speaking?
Oh shit. How much time you are unable to hear you?